Hey, welcome to Chef Marian Kitchen Confident, almost 9.5 minute bite. This is store-bought ravioli next level. So it's fresh, it's in the case, and when you put it in water, it sits on the bottom. When it rises to the top, that means it's ready. So now we're taking cooked ravioli, mushroom ravioli, and putting it into a tray that I've lined more than halfway with tomato sauce, a really good quality tomato sauce. You have to read your labels. There's all kinds of things in tomato sauce these days. Anyway, I want each bite to have a ravioli, so I'm just spreading them out a little bit. And you can't start any Italian cooking session without a little palio. I don't care if it's the ricotta, I don't care if it's the mozzarella, you need a little palio to start your session. So, again, camera in one hand, palio in the other with the spoon. I'm doing the best I can. Next time I'll have another contraption, so I won't have to do this, but this time around, hey, I'm just going to get it done, right? So I'm spreading out the ricotta. Nice. And when I go back in, you're going to notice that because I touched some of the sauce, it's going to go back in and it's going to dirty up the ricotta. The thing I do before I put it away is I do clean that up. There we go. Spreading it around again. And it's like, a cream sauce almost. That's what it becomes. Use my paws, my best tools. And if you listen, you'll hear me taking a little taste. You'll never see me on camera, but you'll hear it. And then we have our spices. We have parsley and we have basil. These are very good spices. In my hand, I put both spices, crunch them up, and then I turn it over and spread it around the dish. Red onion, freeze-dried red onion. How hard is it to buy the right onions, keep the right onions? They go bad fast, faster than I would like. So by having freeze-dried red onions, you always have that punch of flavor whenever you need it. And then there's the poubelle. Poubelle in France, that's what they call it. You take a big can of tomatoes, take off the top, rinse it out. You can use it to put it under a tray of pizza, or you can use it as a poubelle. You line it in plastic, and every single thing you have that has food on it goes into that and gets sealed and put in the garbage, so nothing smells as it goes bad. Me, I'm fighting ants. How about you? You fighting ants at home? So I found that by putting everything I get done with in plastic and sealing it before it goes in the garbage, that's one good way to discourage ants. These are mushroom ravioli, so I wanted to do some portobello. Bump up the umami flavor. So these gills, these brown gills you see on the bottom side of the portobello, they can really make a sauce look dirty. So I take my trusty spoon. It's actually the spoon I eat ice cream with. And I scrape out the gills. Then I don't have that as an issue. Now, I want slices of the portobello to be almost paper thin. And I think I accomplished that. And if you'll notice that after the sauce, after the ravioli, after some cheese, after some spices, there sits the mushroom, the portobello. And speaking of cheese, We used to call this monster cheese. Of course, it's not monster cheese, it's Munster cheese. And you've got to be very careful with it. Anything in slices, there's a piece of paper between each slice. So you never want to be serving paper. So make sure you get that paper off the slice of cheese into the poubelle. And we also have an organic pasture-raised and grazed mozzarella. So you'll notice that I don't use a lot of cheese. I've got the 4 pieces of Munster and then just little rectangles of mozzarella. I don't want stringy mozzarella. It doesn't do it for me. And of course, Parmesan Reggiano. You can't do anything Italian without that. So that's what I do. I take my microplane and I shred it over the top. But again, it's not a lot of cheese. And look at that. Beautiful picture. But it's missing one more thing. The 4th cheese, boof. A buffalo mozzarella. And this is from the milk of grass-fed buffalo. And I just took one little ball, shred it into little pieces, dotted it over the tray. And that's all you need to do. So now it's into the Emerald Lagasse air fryer that I use for everything, including baking. So that's it. While that's in baking, there's some cleanup to do. And I always like to clean as I go. You'll notice I always have some kind of a cup with water in it in the sink, and as I finish with each thing, I put it into the cup so that things don't stick. And then it's time to change up my cooking to broil, because that Parmesan Reggiano is going to be beautifully browned. And there it is. Doesn't that look delicious? I'm telling you. It was the best. It was the most fun dinner from nowhere. And then I plated it. Isn't that pretty? I put broccoli microgreens on top for a little fresh flavor. And of course, it's very healthy, broccoli microgreens. There's always leftovers. That's enough for 2 meals. So I've cooked for 3 meals, and there's just very little cleanup now. You have your utensils to clean up. You have that pan that didn't stick because of the sauce on the bottom. And so just a little bit of soap, a little bit of hot water, and my little scrubber brush. Thought I'd share that with you. And that's it. We're done. That's your Chef Marian Kitchen Confident, almost 9.5 minute bite.